This is a quick update on top 10 areas that you want to revisit while you study software engineering. I'm going to talk about these areas based on my knowledge of applications of software engineering in the financial modeling and simulation domain. So, in software engineering, 10 topics that I've picked for you is the waterfall and the iterative model. These are software processes. They are the same like rapid development or rapid application development. And you have capacity maturity models, a generic view on how you look at things. Most of the times when you get an email from some company and it says that CMM level 3 company, it just depicts that uh, how methodologically they are developing things. So it's a kind of a convention. CMM level 4, level 5 companies are more sophisticated and more optimized in their approach, whereas the lower level are not. Then you have testing and debugging. How would you test things? How would you test a quant field model? If you are modeling Monte Carlo simulation, how will you test whether things are working fine or not? If you are developing all those parts, if you are using those maths, how would you find out uh, whether that thing is working or not? So that is as well. Then you have unified modeling language and case diagram. In the unified modeling, the input output process, all of things should be carefully looked at. Uh, and you should be careful about that. So that's another way to look at things. Then you have software design, requirement analysis, and modeling. So in this way, you need to make sure that the requirement analysis is right. You understand what is needed. Then we have spiral model. It's a kind of an iterative model. Then you have DFD and ER model, this data flow and anti-relationship diagram, and then you have abstraction. So these are the topics. So how does all of these link to finance? So in finance, you might have seen many simulators, whichever field you go, whether you go in quant finance from any side. The most important simulation that you are going to look at would be the Monte Carlo simulation. It's used everywhere, and it's one of the hot things around. And when you develop a small Monte Carlo engine, you have an option to buy it from an external vendor, or you have an option to get it developed internally. When you get it developed internally, you can get it developed in form of a VBA add-in or a C# add-in, and use a lot of these things. So while you develop that, you need to follow the best practices of software engineering and understand how things are going on. So having a manual, having a theme, having a timeline, having the details on what you would be needing would become important here. So let me write, for example, uh, the crux here is that you would be using unified modeling language and case diagram to understand what kind of MC you need, and you would be using the technology, something called agile technology. I don't know why I have not mentioned here. So that's agile, and it would be flexible and convertible. So that's where you can apply this in developing a Monte Carlo add-in for your Excel, or C# add-in on Monte Carlo that would take in and generate those parts. But you have to be careful because you don't want to create a black box where you might not know what's going on. So those are the top 10 areas of software engineering into quant finance in developing Monte Carlo VBA add-in or C# add-in. I hope you found this useful.